Hello, this is Team 23. We are with the OPC UA WebAssembly module, and this is our artifact review for our very first sprint. So first off, you'll look at our burn down chart. Well, we have a line that very closely reflects our anticipated points for each day. It's just a little above each anticipated point, but it very closely reflects it. As for our progress, we've been using Confluence as a repository for various forms of documentation. As you can see, we already have some documentation created from this past sprint. For example, how to create Confluence pages, a quality policy, how to create our sample function in GitHub, and a glossary. And now I'm going to pass it on to Nadia to talk about our GitHub documentation.
So for the first documentation, getting endpoints, it's basically describe how the client should establish a secure channel for the server. And the second one, it's on finding servers. It's basically how the client would search for a server and apply filters to reduce the search results. And the third one, it's on browsing and browse next. It's basically describing how the service of navigating through the address space, and it all includes the parameters used to apply these features. And now I'll pass it on Thor.
So for the first part of our sprint, our sponsor wanted us to come up with a web HTML web page that would pass a string and return one using HTML and JavaScript. So for what I did was I created a basic HTML page that used JavaScript that passed that string. The next thing he wanted to do is have a C++ uh, function that would take in a string and return a string, and that was written by Jacob. Then moving on from there, Jayson will explain the WebAssembly.
Okay. And using the C++ code that Jacob made, we have to compile it using a compiler called emscripten. And emscripten generates two files out of it. One is the JavaScript file and the WebAssembly file. And as of now, we're just trying to figure out how to work with WebAssembly to work with the HTML. And that completes the artifact review.